to identify and work with karmas and samskaras?
Boy, that's a good question. That's a good question. Even in the Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna says, karma is very mysterious. It's very difficult to know it. It's very vast. It sounds so easy, karma yoga, the yoga of action, but it's not easy at all. Because we are actually a kind of fabric. Our consciousness has a kind of fabric of karma. This fabric of karma is overlaying our consciousness. And this fabric of karma overlaying our consciousness holds all the things we've ever done, all the things we've ever been, all the things we've ever wanted to do. Everything is in this fabric, woven tight, and it overlays everything that we think. It overlays all of our opportunities and possibilities. How are we going to know that? How are we going to deal with that? Rather, that is going to direct us. That is going to be controlling us, you see? So, in yoga, there is a whole method for dealing with the karma, and that is karma yoga. And you have been introduced to karma yoga. Sometimes we have the idea, oh, karma yoga is just physical work, like sweeping the garden and giving water and weeding and stuff like that, cleaning rooms. But karma yoga is much, much more than that. Karma yoga is actually beginning with the garden and the rooms and the kitchen and the cutting, begins there. But it is actually to become aware, to become conscious in all of our actions. Because we are a complex accumulation of action. Action is who we are, action is what we do. So action is imprinted all through us. So in karma yoga, we start to actually develop an awareness of our action. And we are also programmed in our ordinary workaday life that we only act when it benefits us. And we will not act if it does not benefit us. So the first thing somebody asks, if you ask them to do something, they say, oh, what's in it for me? See, with that attitude, karma yoga can't develop. So a different attitude has to arise in karma yoga. The attitude of just the doing, not concerned with what we'll get. If we get something, if we don't get something, that's irrelevant. Whatever we will get, we will get. That will come anyway, so we won't think about that. And we'll work just with the awareness, or we'll act just with the awareness of the action. That's it. And without expecting anything from it also. Without thinking, oh, I didn't get enough for that. Or, oh, they didn't give me any praise for that, and I really tried hard. Or they criticized me. You know how we get? We have a lot of attitude about what we do, and we expect always something from it, or people should recognize it, recognize me for doing that, or for giving that, or for saying that. But when we have that attitude, then we are collecting karma. We are not actually doing karma yoga. If we can do action with the attitude of resignation, we're just acting, that's it. We're not attached to any outcome, we're not wanting anything from it, then a different process takes place. And that action does not get accumulated. Rather, it helps to free up the action that is already stored there. actions that are similar to that get freed up. So karma yoga is a big science. Big science. We used to practice in the ashram for years and years. One yoga. You know what it was? Karma yoga. We were never allowed even to practice other yogas. Do you know that? I used to teach. Guru used to say, go and teach this, go and teach that. And I said, but Swamiji, I never did that before. I don't know that. He said, doesn't matter. Just go and teach it. He said, you will do it. You will be able to do it. And he was right. I didn't know it, but I could go and teach it. And that was because of karma yoga. Karma yoga kind of like slowly frees you up. When you just act without any expectation, without any identification, that I am doing this, I am great. No. Just the action, that's all. And you focus just on that action. That's it. Not what you'll get, doesn't matter at the end of it. If they like it, if they don't like it. If they liked the class, they didn't like the class, didn't matter. Taught it. Worked out. That was how we did. And in that way, we were able to purify our consciousness. Somebody asked me, how do you purify the consciousness? Remember? That's how. But it's not so easy to learn. When I tell you this, I'm sure the words go in, but actually to practice this every day is not so easy. You need an environment, like this kind of environment, like an ashram yoga environment, where everybody is practicing karma yoga to some extent, then you can learn it. Then you can learn it. And we all learn it together. And we all go off track from time to time, get back on track. We help each other, try to remind each other why we're here. Because often we're not here actually for what we think we're here for. Yeah.
How did you first approach Swan? How did it develop for you over the years?
Swan.
I think that is meaning the strengths, weakness,
Oh.
aims and needs.
But you know what? The time is getting... Time is getting... Let's sit quietly. Closing the eyes.